Welcome back to Prop News Time. Here are the headlines for the day. Mumbai Infrastructure. Thane Creek Bridge 3. Ready for use. Awaits. Final nod for inauguration. The third Thane Creek Bridge. TCB 3. A vital 1.8 kilometer 6-lane link between Mumbai and Navi Mumbai is now complete and awaits final approval for inauguration. Executed by the Maharashtra State Road Development Corporation at a cost of Indian rupees 850 crore. The bridge aims to ease traffic on the heavily congested Sion-Panvel Highway, which sees over 130,000 vehicles daily. Civil work finished in April, but the opening is pending clearance from the Prime Minister's office and the Ministry of Road Transport. Once inaugurated, TCB3 is expected to significantly reduce commute times and enhance regional connectivity between the two growing urban centers. Uttar Pradesh clears policy to boost private investment in bus terminals and parks. The Uttar Pradesh government has introduced a new policy aimed at encouraging private investment and structured development of bus infrastructure throughout the state. Named the UP Stage Carriage Bus Terminal, Contract Carriage, and All India Tourist Bus Park, Establishment and Regulation Policy, 2025. The initiative seeks to streamline the establishment of stage carriage bus terminals, contract carriage parks, and tourist bus parks. A regulatory authority, chaired by the district magistrate, will be formed to manage the application process and ensure adherence to the policy guidelines. The policy sets specific eligibility criteria regarding land, net worth, and turnover for applicants, while also outlining operational rights and transfer protocols for private entities. EHADA announces sale of 5,000 affordable homes in Mumbai this Diwali, the Maharashtra. Housing and Area Development Authority, MHADA, is set to launch a lottery for approximately 5,000 to 200 affordable homes in Mumbai around Diwali, 2025. These homes will be available across various income categories, including economically weaker section, lower income group, middle income group, and high income group. The application process will be entirely online, with further details regarding pricing, locations, and schedules to be announced in the coming months. A residential flat spanning 7,671 square feet, sold in Sri Ram Palais Royal in Mumbai's Worli for Indian rupees 57 crore of 14 lakh. A residential flat spanning 1,495 square feet, sold in Godrej 5 Gardens in Mumbai's Dadar for Indian rupees 9 crore 76 lakh. A residential flat spanning 1,370 square feet, sold in Surya Apartments in Mumbai's Tardeo for Indian rupees 7 crore 30 lakh. Lucknow. LDA to launch registrations for 2,500. Two affordable flats under Vishram Nagar scheme. The Lucknow Development Authority, LDA, is preparing to initiate the registration process for 2,502 residential flats under the Vishram Nagar housing scheme in Devpur Para, Kabir Nagar. The project, which targets households from the middle income group, low income group, and economically weaker section, provides a range of unit sizes in addition to extensive infrastructure and community facilities. With groundwork nearing completion, the authority has directed officials to finish all civil, electrical, and infrastructural tasks within this month. Registrations are expected to commence next month. Hyderabad lease deals. TCS leases 1 million square feet in Hyderabad's financial district for 15 years. Tata Consultancy Services. TCS has signed a 15-year lease for 1 million square feet of office space at Paradigm Rajapushpa in Hyderabad's financial district, highlighting the city's growing prominence as a tech and business hub. The lease, starting October 1, 2024, carries a monthly rent of Indian rupees 4 crore 30 lakh, with a 12% annual escalation and an initial 11-month rent-free period. TCS paid a security deposit of Indian rupees 26 crore 22 lakh. This move aligns with Hyderabad's rising demand for large office spaces, driven by global capability centers and tech firms. With 12 million square feet leased in 2024, Hyderabad's commercial real estate sector continues its strong growth trajectory.
Uttar Pradesh sets ambitious target of constructing 6 million rural homes under PMAY Rural in financial year 26. The Uttar Pradesh government has outlined an expansive plan to construct over 6 million homes under the PMAY Rural scheme in the 2025 to 2026 financial year, nearly doubling the number built in the previous year. Following a thorough housing needs survey that attracted over 5,040,000 applications. The administration is focusing on identifying eligible beneficiaries, particularly among scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. With extensive verification protocols, door-to-door surveys, and awareness campaigns, the state is striving to implement the program inclusively and efficiently. Mumbai lease deals. Ajay Devgan leases prime office space in Antarai West. Bollywood star Ajay Devgan has leased a 2,545 square foot office space for Indian rupees 5,47,000 a month in Antarai West, Mumbai. The 5-year lease, registered earlier this month, involves a security deposit of Indian rupees 16,42,000. The rental agreement includes a clause for an increase to Indian rupees 6,29,000 per month after 3 years. This transaction is part of Devgan's broader investment in commercial real estate, having acquired 5 office units in the Signature by Lotus building for Indian rupees 45 crore 9 lakh in April 2023. The current lease is with Bombay Design Center Private Limited. Jharkhand High Court asks state to set deadline for land survey pending since 1975. The Jharkhand High Court ordered the state government earlier this week to give a clear schedule for finishing the land survey, which started in 1975 before the state split off from Bihar. The directive emerged during the hearing of a public interest litigation filed by Gokul Chand, who highlighted the prolonged delay and its adverse effects on land ownership clarity. The court also sought information regarding the appointment of amins and other technical staff essential for the survey's completion. The absence of qualified personnel has been a significant impediment, leading to disputes over land ownership and hindering development projects. Mumbai News, Economic Offenses. Wing uncovers Indian rupees 66 crore. Mithi River desilting scam, 13 booked for fraud. Mumbai Police's Economic Offences Wing, EOW, has filed a first information report against 13 individuals, including 5 contractors, 3 middlemen, and 5 current or former BMC officials, in a desilting scam involving fake documents and inflated bills worth Indian rupees 66 crore 50 lakh. The accused allegedly submitted forged memorandums of understanding and agreements to falsely claim silt dumping at sites that were either unsuitable or non-existent, some even signed by deceased individuals. The scam, spanning February 2021 to December 2023, resulted in civic funds being misused. The case underscores serious lapses in municipal oversight, prompting calls for stricter audits and real-time verification in public infrastructure contracts. Further arrests are expected. Tamil Nadu launches Indian rupees 3,500 crore scheme to replace huts with concrete houses. Tamil Nadu's government has launched a significant housing initiative under the Kalagnaran Kanavu Illam scheme, which aims to replace thatched huts with durable concrete houses in rural areas. With an initial budget of Indian rupees 3,500 crore, the scheme plans to build 1 lakh houses in its first phase. The houses will be equipped with essential amenities, including water facilities, toilets, and roads. Beneficiaries must possess legal ownership documents, with the broader objective of a hut-free state by 2030. Star Housing Finance reports 54% revenue growth and 22% AUM rise in financial year 25. Star Housing Finance Limited, Star HFL, a BSE-listed home finance company specializing in low-cost retail housing finance, has reported notable financial growth for the fiscal year ending March 31, 2025. The company recorded a 54% increase in revenue, reaching Indian rupees 94 crore 96 lakh, and a 25% rise in profit after tax, amounting to Indian rupees 11 crore 10 lakh. Star HFL's assets under management surged by 22% to Indian rupees 520 crore 70 lakh, driven by increased demand for affordable home loans. The company disbursed housing finance worth Indian rupees 148 crore 60 lakh to over 1,250 homebuyers across its operational geographies, while also executing its first direct assignment valued at Indian rupees 55 crore 83 lakh. Bengaluru. BBMP collects Indian rupees 1,417 crore in April, hits 25% of financial year 26 property tax target. The Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palika, BBMP, reached a major milestone in April 2025 when it collected Indian rupees 1,417 crore in property taxes, which accounted for almost 25% of its ambitious annual target of Indian rupees 5,716 crore. This marks a substantial increase from the previous year's collection of Indian rupees 670 crore in the same month. The BBMP attributes this surge to the integration of solid waste management charges with property tax payments and the extension of a 5% rebate on early payments until May 31, 2025. Despite the positive trend, approximately 375,000 property owners still owe Indian rupees 836 crore in unpaid taxes, prompting the BBMP to plan stringent recovery measures post May 31.
Nashik Development Authority to utilize government land bank for integrated urban planning. The Nashik Metropolitan Regional Development Authority, NMRD, has been entrusted with 13,645 hectares of government land across 190 villages in 6 talukas. This initiative aims to address the rapid urbanization in peri-urban and semi-urban areas, where local bodies often lack the resources for systematic development. NMRDA plans to create an integrated development plan, utilizing these lands for essential civic infrastructure, such as sports grounds and water treatment plants. The authority is also in the process of formulating a land use policy to ensure organized and community-centric development. Asia Pacific's real estate market shows mixed results in Q1 2025. As investment dips and leasing activity rises, CBRE's recently released Q1 2025 report for the Asia Pacific region reveals varied performance across the real estate sectors. While office leasing showed strong growth, especially due to upgrading and relocation demand, commercial real estate investment volumes dipped slightly by 1% quarter-on-quarter, totaling United States dollars 32.8 billion. The office market saw a 25% year-on-year improvement in net absorption, and retail leasing sentiment remained optimistic. However, the logistics sector faced increased vacancy rates as occupiers hesitated due to global trade uncertainties. Investment activity was primarily boosted by Japan and Korea, with office sector investments outperforming others. Aptus posts Indian rupees 207 crore Q4 profit, aims for Indian rupees 25,000 crore. AUM by financial year 28 Aptus Value Housing Finance India Limited, headquartered in Chennai, reported a consolidated profit of Indian rupees 207 crore.02 for the January-March 2025 quarter, marking a significant rise from Indian rupees 164 crore 03 lakh in the corresponding quarter of the previous year. For the financial year ending at 2025, the company achieved a profit of Indian rupees 751 crore 24 lakh, up from Indian rupees 611 crore 89 lakh in the previous financial year. The company's assets under management grew by 25% year-on-year, reaching Indian rupees 10,865 crore. During financial year 25, the firm disbursed Indian rupees 3,604 crore, reflecting a 15% growth in disbursements. Aptus also expanded its operational network by adding 38 new branches, increasing its presence to 300 locations. Property share files as Indian rupees 472 crore IPO for second small and medium real estate investment trust. PropShare Titania Property Sharer Investment Trust, India's first registered small and medium real estate investment trust, has filed a draft document for an Indian rupees 472 crore initial public offering of PropShare Titania, its second small and medium real estate investment trust scheme. The IPO will solely consist of a fresh issue of Titania units, with no offer for sale component. PropShare Titania comprises 4,37,973 square feet of Grade A+ office space in GCorp Tech Park, Mumbai, fully occupied by prominent tenants like Aditya Birla Capital and Concentrix. The scheme offers projected distribution yields of 9% for financial year 26 and financial year 27 and 9.1% for financial year 28. Proceeds from the IPO will primarily be utilized for asset acquisition. Green Line, Shriram Finance partner to deploy LNG truck fleet in India. Esser Group's Green Line Mobility Solutions has partnered with Shriram Finance to deploy a new fleet of LNG-powered trucks as part of its ongoing efforts to promote sustainable logistics. The deployment was flagged off at Chakan, Pune and Marks, a significant step in Green Line's strategy to decarbonize India's transportation sector, which contributes nearly 15% of the country's carbon emissions. With a current fleet of over 650 LNG trucks serving key industries, the company plans to expand to 10,000 LNG and EV trucks, supported by a network of 100 LNG refueling and EV charging stations nationwide. This initiative is expected to curtail carbon emissions by up to 1 million tons annually. IYI partners with Rhenus Logistics to strengthen multimodal cargo movement. Rhenus Group, a major player in European logistics, has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Inland Waterways Authority of India, IWAI, which is part of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, to support multimodal cargo transportation across important national waterways. The collaboration will see Rhenus Group commencing scheduled barge operations aimed at enhancing inland waterway logistics. Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal highlighted the initiative as a step towards creating a greener, cost-effective, and more efficient logistics network. The first phase will involve deploying 20 barges and 6 pushers, targeting the transportation of over 1 million tons of cargo annually by the end of 2025. OYO emerges as India's most profitable startup, with robust FY25 financial performance. OYO has claimed the title of the most profitable Indian startup, achieving a profit after tax of 623 crore rupees for the financial year 2024 to 25, according to a recent town hall held by founder Ritesh Agarwal. The company's profit after tax surged by 172% from the previous fiscal, while adjusted EBITDA grew by 27% to 1,132 crore rupees. Additionally, OYO's earnings per share rose by 158% to 0.93 rupees. The travel tech platform reported a 54% increase in gross booking value to 16,436 crore rupees, driven by its company-serviced portfolio, including townhouse hotels and Sunday hotels. The fourth quarter of financial year 25 witnessed a substantial 126% rise in gross booking value to 6,379 crore rupees. Maharashtra government unveils rupees 4,820 crore plan to revamp key religious sites. the Maharashtra government has approved an extensive development package worth rupees 4,820 crore to upgrade major religious sites across the state. This initiative, led by the Ministry of Tourism, will include infrastructural enhancements at well-known temples such as the Tulja Bhavani Temple in Osmanabad and the Sai Baba Temple in Shirdi. The plan aims to improve facilities and boost tourism, with the announcement made soon after a state delegation visited Ayodhya to study the Uttar Pradesh temple tourism model. The decision also appears aligned with the upcoming Kumbh Mela preparations in Nashik. Starlink secures government approval for satellite communication services in India. The Indian government has granted a letter of intent to SpaceX's satellite internet service, Starlink, to provide satellite communication services in the country, according to sources. The move follows the issuance of similar licenses to Eutelsat OneWeb and Geo satellite communications. Starlink, which employs low Earth orbit satellites positioned 550 kilometers above the Earth, aims to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband capable of supporting streaming, online gaming, and video calls. With over 7,000 low Earth orbit satellites currently operational and plans to expand the constellation to over 40,000, Starlink is poised to revolutionize satellite-based internet services worldwide. Andhra Pradesh allocates 50 acres for quantum computing hub in Amaravati. The Andhra Pradesh government has allocated 50 acres of land in Amaravati for the establishment of a quantum computing center, marking a significant step in the state's technological advancement. The project, named the Quantum Valley, is set to be the largest of its kind in India. Key industry leaders, including IBM, TCS, and L&T, have partnered in this initiative. The center is slated for completion by January 2026, with the aim of positioning Amaravati as a hub for cutting-edge technology and innovation. Center to convert 30,000 kilometers of highways into 4 lanes under Rs 10 lakh crore plan. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has emphasized the vital role of infrastructure in bolstering India's economic strength. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has decided to convert 25,000 to 30,000 kilometers of 2-lane highways into 4-lane roads, with an estimated investment of rupees 10 lakh crore. To fund these projects, Gadkari mentioned that the government would encourage the Infrastructure Investment Trust model to attract investments from domestic sources. He also outlined plans to revise the Build, Operate, Transfer model and implement toll systems for long-term highway maintenance. Gadkari highlighted his ambition to complete rupees 5 to 6 lakh crore worth of road projects annually. Private credit fills funding gap in Hong Kong real estate amid bank pullback. As traditional banks reduce their exposure to Hong Kong's commercial real estate sector due to declining property valuations and economic uncertainty, private credit firms are seizing the opportunity to fill the funding gap. Notable players like Gore Capital Partners and Blue Mountain Bridge Capital are launching new funds targeting the Asia-Pacific region, focusing on private credit and equity investments. Despite the increased competition among lenders, which is narrowing interest rates, investors are drawn to the high yields offered by these private credit opportunities. However, concerns about valuation gaps and borrower quality urge caution in deal structuring to mitigate potential losses during further market correction. That's a wrap for today. Tune in tomorrow for the latest headlines.